What's up guys, BTC middleweight champion Aaron Jeffery here, about to make the world famous slop. So we got our ingredients all laid out. Got the veggies, mushrooms, asparagus, onion, throw a couple eggs in, we'll put it on some rice. One of my teammates, Jasmine Tbsp, has made some wonderful meat sauce that we're gonna throw on top of all this. So we'll get started here. So if anyone follows my Jeffery Nutrition page on Instagram, they know the world famous slop, the meal that I eat 4 times a day, every day. The goal of this meal is to be as nutritious and filling as possible, and I think we might be lacking a little bit on the presentation, but that's okay. This meal is after the first training session of the day. Typically it would be a little bit sooner. We're like 2 hours out from the second training right now. Usually I'd want it to be a little bit earlier than that, but it's all right. It's gonna be a pretty big meal. Most of my meals are, so it takes a bit to digest. So usually I like to eat 2 to 3 hours before the main meal. So yeah, like I said, we're cutting it a bit close, but it's all right. So we did some jits and wrestling and technique stuff this morning. And we're going in for another practice tonight. We don't own any lids at the Prickett residence. So the pan goes on top of the pot like this.
I think they're in there somewhere. Don just doesn't want to look for them.
They don't exist. I've looked. Okay, get this rice going. Everything is measured out exactly. Not because it has anything to do with the cooking, but because I need to track my calories to the exact number every day of the week, every day of the year. So a typical training day, 2 sessions a day, will be between 4,000 and 5,000 calories. It's usually right around like 4,500. Yeah, that's like a normal in-camp training day. Weekends get a little bit higher, maybe up like 6,000 calories some days. Depends if I'm visiting my mom or not. This meal, or something very similar, is gonna happen probably 3 or 4 times a day. Every day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Yeah, we don't switch it up too much here. And then Jazz comes. She'll be cooking her meal at the same time as me. I'll have eaten this slop. I'll eat like 3 other slops after and a couple desserts, and she'll be still making their meal. But hers tend to look a little bit better and a little bit more refined, you could say. Hey, Chris? Yeah. Cereal usually comes at night, maybe like my last snack of the day. Got a few options here too. The brighter the box, the healthier the cereal. I think that's what we usually say. And this. You wouldn't want to eat that every day and try and be healthy, but I think if you're eating a bunch of veggies, some eggs, some meat, some good carbs, that kind of stuff, I think you can throw in some treats here and there and keep it reasonable. If I was like really close to a fight, if I was like within probably a month out, I would cut that stuff out, but right now out of camp, it's fine. On the amount, some days it'll be like just a half cup, like a handful of cereal, maybe like half a Pop-Tart. Other days if I'm getting crazy, maybe have like 2 or 3 bowls. A few different on the go. I'm using this one. Got just the regular old skim down there. I'm drinking a lot of this shit lately too. This stuff's fucking awesome. We just cleaned out the fridge like a few days ago, and this is the result of that.
Yeah, I don't even want you to look at this one.
Yeah, I don't really cook with oil very often. Again, I track every calorie and every macro pretty much every day of the week. So veggies get steamed with a little bit of water, soften them up. Also cook with the same pots and pans pretty much every day of the week without it cleaned very often, so that adds a lot of flavor. Pretty standard stuff. Usually just garlic and onion. I don't get too crazy with it most of the time. I'll throw some of that in.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Like it's just not like perfect.
She's the sauce queen. She's the one who made the topping that's gonna go on top of the slop. Slaved all day and all night yesterday. Blood, sweat, and tears into it.
He makes slop, yeah. It's healthy.
It's healthy.
It's healthy, that's for sure.
It tastes easiest food to cook, and every time it's stuck to the fucking pot. Jazz, what'd you put in the sauce today?
Onion, garlic, ground beef, basil, parsley, onion powder, celery salt, tomato.
It's one of the finer looking slops we've come up with. Always eat slop with a spoon, never a fork, because you need to shovel that shit in.